Saturday night in Saskatchewan as two of the top teams in the NLL meet up on Treaty 6 territory. Good evening, welcome inside. Happy Valentine's Day. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you as the Saskatchewan Rush play host to the Vancouver Warriors. This is a matchup of two teams atop most categories, offensive and defensive, but I want to talk about two snipers in this game that you got to keep your eye on.
Certainly, Cody. Taking a look at two men that have combined for 1,000 career goals, both of them hitting a big milestone in big games last week. Let's start with Vancouver's Curtis Dixon. 7 goals and 1 assist in a victory over the Nighthawks 1 week ago. They call him Superman, and that's exactly what he's been for Vancouver. That token low-to-high shot that he scored 600 career goals with. Always a dangerous sniper to look out for.
Now might shoot the ball a little bit different than a different righty across the floor. That's Robert Church for Saskatchewan, and boy, he has been filling the net this year.
It's been vintage Robert Church all season for Saskatchewan. He, of course, scoring his 400th career goal in a win over San Diego 1 week ago. An 8-point night for Robert Church and a big Rush victory. And if he does that again, he would actually move into first all-time in franchise history for points, as he sits just 7 back of Mark Matthews for that mark.
And we'll get to that as the broadcast goes along, but doesn't matter when, where, or what, these two teams have found a way this year.
These two teams are the cream rising to the top. Let's take a look at the records. First and third, something's going to give tonight. 4-0 for the Rush at home, 4-0 for Vancouver on the road, and just we're going to see a great matchup if those stats are correct, which they are. We're going to see a great tilt tonight, Cody.
Well, let's take a look at the starting goaltenders in this one. Cream of the crop could describe both of these two. Here's Christian Delbianco, 6-2 on the season, 9.26 goals against average, 820 save percentage. He's made 338 stops this year. Third in the league in goals against average and save percentage. 200 feet down the floor from him stands Frank Chiliano. This season he is 8-1 with a 9.45 goals against average, 794 save percentage. Made 10 less saves than Christian Delbianco. Does lead the NLL in wins. The Rush sit in first, Vancouver sits in third, but I'll tell you for free, I think these are the top two teams in the league, and we have a wicked matchup on our hands. At the stripe, keep an eye on this battle. A couple of Americans doing it as Max Adler out of Florida. 39% at the stripe this year. Jake Naso, the kid from New York, 63%. Playing his second year in the NLL is the 23-year-old. Yes, sometimes we forget how young he is. Scratches in this one for Saskatchewan. Clark Walter, Levi Virch. For Vancouver, it's Peyton Cormier, Ethan Ticehurst. Yes, Jackson Subak is in the lineup. I'll answer that one for you early. Rush, Warriors, a rivalry renewed. Two West Coast counterparts set to do battle. You've got the top offenses, you've got the top defenses. Now it comes down to who can get off to a hot start. The Rush have struggled of late. Vancouver seems to be finding their footing after an interesting up and down start to their season. They have battled against the top teams in the league and won. This is going to be a doozy. Ref is ready, ball is down, and we are underway on Co-op Field. Adler snaps up the first face-off win, and it'll be the Warriors offense almost getting out there before Mike Messenger pickpockets Adler. Messenger now awaits, and it'll be the Rush to get a fresh 5 on the floor. Zach Mance out of Victoria, British Columbia. Up top for Robert Church. Finds Brock Haley. Haley now outside look, goes wide. That skips past Ryan Keenan, and it'll be over and back called on Saskatchewan.
Cody, I can't wait to see how this game is going to go down. Like you said, we got a little bit of everything. Could it be a 15-16 shootout? Could it be a 7-6 grinded out game? Both possibilities are out there tonight.
Charlem Beatty's over to Ball. Keegan Ball spent plenty of time in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League playing Senior B with the Edmonton Miners. Ball now surveys the floor. Inside look goes off the post. Claridge found himself some free real estate and rang the red.
First punch in this heavyweight tilt goes to Vancouver as little iron in the diet for Frank Chiliano keeps this one scoreless.
Saskatchewan captain Ryan Keenan now trying to hit Mans. He was cutting through the middle, would have to throw an awkward twist over. That pass got knocked down, and now it's a 3-on-2 the other way. They'll decide to pull this one back as Bowering might have had a look. Thought about staying and playing on offense. Now he leaves White. Ball. He's had some 10-point games in this building. Yes, big-time performances, especially a few years ago. He had 11 points here. Now Levi Anderson gets his first look on offense in this contest. Keenan leads the team in points this year. Church won't shoot over top of the defender. Anderson using his feet to get around Dilks, put it on goal. Del Bianco makes a save, and former Rush defender Matt Beers scoops up the loose ball. Owen Grant has Claridge up the floor. He'll step down. That one went off the wall, came back and hit Chiliano. Somehow it got grabbed by Bobby Kidd III, and the Rush will settle it down.
The old home turf advantage bounce, if you will. They call it a members bounce in golf. Much the same here to start off this one.
Zach Mans, former member of the Toronto Rock, acquired in a trade that sent Mark Matthews back east. Robert Church over to Mans. Down for Anderson, 5 on the shot clock. Anderson's on the roll and he scores! Levi Anderson strikes first, and Saskatchewan goes up 1-0.
Cody, I was just going to make a comment of what Levi Anderson needs to do more. He needs to show off his athleticism. You saw it on the last shot that he had, that little stutter step and spin move. This time he finds pay dirt with it as Anderson. We've been looking for him to step up on offense, and does he step up big time? Look at that, just a beautiful one-on-one play. He's been doing that for years in all sorts of lacrosse, junior, outdoor, you name it. And now that if he can settle in and do that more, you're going to see that over and over again as he strikes first for the Saskatchewan Rush.
Only the 4th time this season that the top team in the NLL has scored first in a contest. Saskatchewan sits in that spot as Adler wins another face-off. He'll run down the middle, and the face-off stick isn't a breakaway stick for most as that one bounces sky high.
No, certainly isn't. It is made of different materials. So all those out there wondering why don't the face-off guys snap and go more often, that's a part of it. They're using a different twig.
Austin Shanks now. 33 in green out of Whitby, Ontario. Zach Mans, little swim move around Ryan Dilks. Didn't have a lane to the net though. He'll peel it back. Church for Haley. Brock Haley now. That one goes off a defender. Won't be over and back, but the shot clock's about to expire. And Mans has to leave that one on the carpet.
Reese Callis with a big hit there, setting the tone with some physicality. You've seen it mostly out of Vancouver.
Matt Accioni now forces an over and back, and he can run. He's got Barnable up the floor. I think Barnable's saying, why aren't we going for it? But Accioni felt a little bit of that pressure. He could see that the Vancouver defenders were getting off the bench real quick. Here's Anderson. Austin Shanks up top. Shanks now far side. Over the shoulder. Not a reset. Anderson again, this time tries to go short side. Has to get the jump ball. It's pushed away by Simpson. Now Cornwall up the floor. Curtis Dixon awaits. Dixon on a breakaway. Denied by Chiliano.
What a save by Frank Chiliano, one of the best snipers in the entire league, on his doorstep. And he says, no love for you. And yes, be ready for lots of puns like that tonight, Cody.
The two of them, teammates multiple times in the summer. I think about Langley Thunder. I think about Standing Buffalo right here in Saskatchewan. They're very familiar with each other. Ryan Keenan now drives inside and he scores! Pound your chest, Saskatchewan. Ryan Keenan makes it 2-0.
And a little shove for a former teammate as he is brought down to the ground. Keenan goes betwixt two of his former teammates in Brett Minsky and Ryan Dilks, and he gives Dilks an extra little shove as he's going up in the air. And already you can see Christian Del Bianco down to my left. We're watching the replay here of this crazy athletic play by Ryan Keenan. Del Bianco's already saying to Kurt Malosky, hey, let's challenge this. His feet were in the crease. Del Bianco, their star goaltender, a guy I'm a big fan of, calling for the challenge here, so let's see.
Well, there's a conversation going on right now between Kurt Malowski and Todd LeBranch. I'm not exactly sure. Generally, these don't happen. They throw the flag and they go to the TV screen, but I think we'll get an explanation from the referee at a red.
Vancouver's challenging the call of a good goal on the field. We will review the play.
Well, if you got a second to run to the fridge, you've got time right now. They'll take our first look at the replay here while John Fraser breaks it down. I think that what they're saying is look at Ryan Keenan's hands. When did those touch down in the crease? Because Del Bianco got a piece of it. And it all is about, did he touch down before the ball goes over the line?
No, certainly. So we're going to get the overhead look here first. It's the hands, and if it's not the hands, it might be his rear end. You can see here, looks like that hand or shoulder, part of it is down. You can see the ball behind Christian Del Bianco. A little bit hard to see as Vancouver wearing their road wedding whites tonight. Fittingly for Valentine's Day, Cody. Sharp jerseys there out of Vancouver. So you got to look from the overhead. You see the shoulder go down. It kind of gets lost. You said it. Del Bianco got a good chunk of it. It kind of gets lost in that jersey here on the replay. You can't really spot where it is until it pops out behind Del Bianco.
So you're not going to get conclusive evidence from this angle, but what the refs have the ability to do with the new replay system is freeze frame it here as to the exact millisecond that ball crosses the goal line. They can go and look at 8 different camera angles and snap it around and say, hey, do we see anything about his glove, foot, any part of his body, or, being in the crease? Woo! Christian Del Bianco obviously seemed very confident. You wonder if this is a bit of a momentum thing here. Vancouver going on the road, a place they are comfortable in playing. Heck, half of their team has either played in Saskatchewan or Calgary, so this barn is a second home to many. So you've got the opportunity to slow things down. If this doesn't work, hey, you burn your first half timeout. Big whoop. If it does work, well, it's only a 1-goal deficit. You got the ball and you can build a little bit of momentum.
Certainly, like you said it, Cody, it is a good challenge. It was pretty bang from up here. I couldn't really get a definitive look. Again, using the technology that our officiating crew has, they're going to get more looks than we even have in our truck, and we've got the best production team out there giving you at home lots of looks here. But it looks like Todd LeBranch is coming out of the bin of sin to make his announcement.
After review, the shooter lands inside the crease prior to the ball crossing. We have no goal. Crease violation. Vancouver ball.
There you go. They obviously got the angle that Christian Del Bianco wanted, and that'll remove one from the board. It'll be Vancouver ball, and they'll only be down by 1 with 10:57 left to go in the opening quarter. Live from Saskatchewan, it's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you on a Saturday night in Toontown. Vancouver and Saskatchewan, an absolute heavyweight tilt on Co-op Field. Charlem Beatties down for Clarence. The youngster has stepped in and plays a big role in an offense filled with veterans. Ball, Charlem Beatties down for King, and he's denied.
Another big stop there. Frank Chiliano keeping or trying to regain, I guess, some momentum as the rush shot. They were up 2-0. Of course, goal overturned. So that's a big save there for Chiliano as the building had kind of calmed down. Get the fans back into it here.
Josh Zawada now, wrong side of the road. It's off the crossbar and in.
And for a second time, Brent Midsky goes straight over to our officials and goes, I don't know, guys. We're going to get another look at this one. But for now, the young man from Raleigh, North Carolina, Josh Zawada, he's got his 5th on the season from the wrong side of the road. That is so hard when you're traveling like that to go to the far side. Reese Callis all over him, the physical defender. And it looks like it does have enough English on it to pop past Del Bianco, but I believe we're getting another review as Todd LeBranch does have the red flag from the pocket of Kurt Malowski in his right hand. I didn't even see Kurt through that. He must have yarded that across the across the entire floor.
That snaps in and out so quick. We saw it in our last game. I believe it was against Oshawa, Ryan Keenan's goal.
Yes.
I believe that was the last one where we saw something like that, and it just happened so quick. Obviously, this one's getting challenged, and Milowski's not happy about it.
Vancouver is challenging that the ball never cross the line. The play will be under review.
And it did look like it had some wild spin on it, but there has to be conclusive evidence that it crosses the goal line. And here's where I wonder if this is going to get overturned again.
I think so, Cody. The only thing I would say is it looks like the net is off oh so slightly, which of course in lacrosse doesn't matter, but that's the only other complication here. Again, our officiating crew given their fancy new toys to do replays with. Another workout here. I don't think this one's going to stand either here, Cody. And the fans at SaskTel Center showing up tonight for the 1-2, or pardon me, 1-3 battle. Tons of fans in the stands tonight, lively. I think you're going to hear a chorus of boos here in a moment or two, but I have been known to be wrong on a replay or three.
Well, in the conversation between the benches, former Rush member Brett Mitski, now captain of the Vancouver Warriors, was talking to some of the Rush players, and sounds like he's saying, yeah, that one didn't go in. It might have looked close, but he had a really good angle. And I think the reason why Vancouver's coaching staff is so up in arms is the delayed goal call, right? I think they're thinking that if the refs have different calls, it goes to automatic review. He didn't want to have to use that challenge. So I don't know if they burned it on him or not.
After review, the call in the field's been overturned. We have no goal. The ball did not cross the line.
Second time in about 25 seconds.
Some broken hearts on Valentine's Day, Cody. No?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
All right. Okay,
Vancouver gets the ball here as Charlene Beatties will run it up. They've had good looks their last couple of possessions. Charlene Beatties, King, Dixon had a breakaway already. Frank Chiliano's got 3 saves. 10-16 left to go, quarter number 1.
And not surprising, Kurt Milowski, fiery as ever, absolutely giving it to our officiating crew. Heather Morrison's betwixt the benches. I don't know if she can repeat anything that was said, though, Cody. We get a head shake from Heather. I was bang on that.
Here's ball. Dixon sets the pick, trying to roll inside. Barnable pushes back, ball for a second, and now it got picked off by Jake Boudreau. He can run. Jake Boudreau's up the floor. Peeling back, finds Barnable, and good reverse transition. Keeps this transition game for Saskatchewan at bay. Ryan Keenan for Zawada up top. Both of them have goals called off already in the opening 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Zawada trying to get around Charbonneau. Keenan for Church, one on the shot clock, and Brock Haley rips it off his teammate after the shot clock went off. I think Vancouver is going to want a delay of game call. Unfortunately, it's just going to result in a bruise on his teammate right there. But Saskatchewan does have one. The Calgary kid Levi Anderson opens the scoring in Toontown. 1-0 Saskatchewan leading Vancouver. Let's go down between the benches. Heather Morrison standing by.
Well, these two teams, Cody, they have something in common more than just being at the top of the standing, and that is like that is that they like to share the ball. So they of course, if somebody's heating up, they'll pass it over to them, but otherwise they like to score by committee, and that means that these teams both have a lot of shooters that they have to deal with defensively. And this offensive tactic that's worked so well for them tonight, they have to defend against it. For the Rush, they're keeping it simple. They're going to stay in the middle, and they're going to not give them time and space. Now, from the other side, Coach Kurt Milowski says they have to defend the second that they hit the turf and they have to stay disciplined. So it's going to be gritty, as we've seen. Everybody's going to have to earn every single goal tonight. Committee is in session.
Thank you, Heather, as Marcus Clarence jogs it up the floor for the Warriors. Charlambides to the middle, scores! Tie ball game. Adam Charlambides makes it 1-1.
You knew it was just a matter of time here, Cody. Vancouver's been buzzing since the get-go. A few grade A chances, and you're not going to keep them off the scoreboard forever. Charlambides, it'll be 13 on the year, up to 30 points on the season. And again, Heather just talked about scoring by committee. That's another guy that you can toss on in there is Adam Charlambides.
Marcus Clarich with an A-plus pick. If you were a minor lacrosse player, watch what he just did. That pick on Matt Hossack opens up the middle of the floor, and Adam Charlambides has a lane right to the crease. So Frank Scigliano has to take his best guess, and Charlambides beats him to the top shelf. Jake Naso now wins his first face-off of the game. Battling it out with Max Adler, a couple of Americans in the prairies this evening. Zach Mance, white on white, gloves and shoes for this contest. A little switch up for him. Brock Haley down to Austin Shanks. Shanks now flips it. Robert Church is open, and that'll peel some paint off the pipe.
Wow, Church stepped into that one as that one flies all the way down the floor. How about the job there by Owen Grant to pick up that loose ball?
Just fended off Zach Mance with that. Able to get the offense on the floor. Here's Keegan Ball, 18 goals for the 34-year-old out of Coquitlam. Jesse King now. King got around Messenger inside, and he scores. Jesse King burns down Main Street and makes it 2-1.
No matter what jersey Jesse King is wearing, whenever he sees green, he comes to play. The former Calgary Roughneck knows this building well, knows this team well that he's playing against, and he's got his 18th of the season. Like you said, Cody, a little pass there by Keegan Ball over to King. He goes down low on Frank Scigliano, but that all comes back to me to the loose ball recovery there by Owen Grant. Zach Mann's a little bit too soft on that one. Grant walks in, scoops that loose ball, and starts that offensive set there for Vancouver.
2 goals for the Warriors. Both of them have been walking right to the middle of the floor. You can't allow that in the Saskatchewan rush defense. That's allowing sub 10 per game. Is going to have to lock it in because this Vancouver Warriors offense is averaging almost 12 goals per game. That's good for 4th in the NLL. Austin Shanks now pass got picked off. Reese Callie's got his stick in the way. Robert Church and Zach Mans are back on defense. Callie still has it. Now Church will go off for a change as 5 defenders get on the floor. Ball launched by Barnable. Plenty of room there, and he rips that off of his teammate Clarich, I believe. Bounced off him like it hit the boards. He didn't react to it, but I believe that hit a player. I
believe you are correct, Cody, and that one doesn't feel good at all. We've seen now 2 friendly fire incidents early in this one. Get the ice bags out. We knew you'd need them for this contest.
Keenan and Zawada pass it up top. Keenan out. Pushed it out of the middle by Bierce. Haley behind the net for Shanks. Thought about a dunk attempt. Del Bianco had the crossbar. Anderson now inside. Got Del Bianco dropping, and he stopped it like a butterfly.
So far, Anderson, the only guy able to get consistently to the net here for Saskatchewan. Definitely his best game of the young season, Cody.
Charlambides. One-on-one with Jared Smith. He checks back in due to the injury to Holden Garland. Little drive inside. Scigliano got knocked down by Ryan Sheridan and then scores. He cut right through the crease. One ref is calling it a goal. Sheridan walked through the crease there, and Clarich as well. The differing calls means it's going to get waved off. Not sure if there was contact with Scigliano, but the net was off, and it can be off and you can still score. The imaginary posts still stand, but we're getting our third review in a mere 7 minutes, 8 minutes and change.
The new tech getting a workout tonight.
Due to conflicting calls by the officials, the play will be under automatic review.
So the third time Todd LeBranch and his crew get to use their fancy new video replay technology, and already we've got our fancy instant replay technology. So we're gonna get another look here. It's gonna come down to, so again, like you said, Cody, and like we've said before, take note of where the posts are right now before the net comes off. Okay, so the net's gonna come off. Now pretend those posts are still there. If the ball crosses the space between the posts where essentially the net should be, we have a good goal. If it's outside of that, which we gotta look early on in here, I think it might be, it would have gone in the side of where the net is. It's really difficult to tell here, but it looks like we got a call already.
As a result of the ball not traveling through the plane of the goal, there's no goal.
3 goals have counted, 3 have not. Yeah, the Rush are going to send some fresh forwards out there.
Well, we've seen lots of goals go in. There's just been something a little wrong with a few of them, Cody. I think this little bit of a disjointed start, though, definitely in Vancouver's favor with all the replays, right? Saskatchewan, this is their best crowd of the season, best crowd since the playoffs last year. And they've kind of been able to take them out of it just by these automatic replays, these automatic and challenge replays, I should say.
Austin Jinks for Ryan Keenan. Man's trying to cut to the middle. Pass was in his shorts.
Well, and trying to get it around Brett Midsky and all 6'4" of him, not an easy task for the former member of the Saskatchewan Rush.
Keegan Ball, 61 points this season. Down for Curtis Dixon. Doesn't own the shot clock. Dixon right to the middle. Save made by Shiliano. Rebound for Charlon Beatties is stuffed.
Like you said, Cody, it's been far too easy to get to the middle for Vancouver versus Saskatchewan so far. Charlon Beatties was wide open to get to that loose ball.
Robert Church gives way for Levi Anderson. Anderson has the lone goal for Saskatchewan so far. Shanks again looking far side, misses his shot. 2-on-1 the other way. Powering's on the back door. He got it and he got run over by Connor McClelland.
Great play there. Connor McClelland coming to the back gate. Hard, clean hit. We've seen a few of those already to open this one, Cody. Love seeing the physicality between two top teams.
Inside, Claridge of fake, trying to throw that 5-hole. Accioni in there to scoop up the loose ball.
Another good save by Frank Shiliano as Vancouver. The shots are 8-5 for Vancouver, but I'd say 6 of those are grade A scoring chances. The other 2 went behind Shiliano.
Rush defense playing with fire in this first quarter here after an explosive start offensively. Haley for Anderson. One-on-one with Dilks. Anderson got through, and Del Bianco makes the save, but a call is coming. Saskatchewan is going to the power play as a couple of West Coast rivals are heating things up inside SaskTel Center. Connor McClelland, the big hit on repowering.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
The NLL on TSN Plus and ESPN Plus is brought to you by STX Lacrosse and Nike Lacrosse, the official equipment providers of the NLL, and by TFL Sports. Collect the stars of the National Lacrosse League with officially licensed trading cards and sticker albums. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL.
And right before we headed to break, we get a look now. Steph Charbonneau, 2 minutes or less, and a bit of sin for an illegal cross-check, which means the Rush are going to go to their first power play. We get a nice look at it here as he's in the middle there, goes up a little too high on Austin Shank. So the Rush power play, first one to get to cooking tonight, Cody.
Righty strong power play. Robert Church is up top. 18 goals, 49 points on the season. Shanks and Mans are in the shooter spots. Robert Church stepped down, denied by Del Bianco, and Ryan Dilk scoops up the loose ball.
Great save by Del Bianco. That's the exact look you want if you're the Rush on the power play. Church stepping in with screens, and Del Bianco just works his magic, sees it all the way. Big save by Christian Del Bianco.
He hit a post trying to go stick side a few minutes ago. This time he tried to go glove side and he was denied. Here's Curtis Dixon, one-on-one with Barnable. Messenger in there, kind of playing a safety style role. Long range, Claridge won't beat the Rush netminder from that distance. Rush have to get it up the floor here though, only a couple of seconds to play with. Little lackadaisical to get the power play out there.
Well, part of that was Bobby Kidd III had lost his stick and was still getting into it with a couple Vancouver players behind the play.
Keenan up top for Austin Shanks. Back for Keenan, he bobbled it. 3 on the shot clock. Now he tried to force a pass. That was deflected by Dilks.
It's fair to say, based on this first quarter, that cross the floor seam is not there. That's the third or fourth that Vancouver has broken up. Again, both these teams exceptionally well coached. You know they've watched film. You know where these guys are looking. They're so familiar with each other. But for the Rush, they might have to change up tactics a bit. That's just not there tonight, Cody.
Vancouver's second best penalty kill in the league at 68%. King looking for his second of the game. Happy to eat off another 10 seconds. Ball fires and scores. A bouncer skips past Chiliano, and it's 3-1.
That's one I think Chiliano and the Rush are going to want back, and mission double accomplished here for Vancouver as they were just killing time, having a good time. That is what you'd call a successful penalty kill, just killing off that full 30. Never mind, Keegan Ball just decided to rip one off the lively turf here at Co-op Field as Chiliano looks skywards, and the reigning goalie of the year, he's going to want that one back for sure, Cody.
Keegan Ball now has a goal and an assist already in this opening quarter. One of the players who loves playing here because some of the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League faithful who got to watch him ball out in Senior B can make the quick trip to Saskatchewan. Rush still have 15 seconds on this power play. 3 righties out there again. Mans for Church, back to Mans. Church now on the roll, over to Zach Mans, trying to go low to high, and this one ends up behind the net.
Brief moment there, the spotlight operator thought it had gone behind Del Bianco, but instead he is the first to outlet it. 7 assists this season for Del Bianco. Fun fact, Cody, that puts him 7th in Warriors scoring. That's wild.
Inside, King wanted the one-timer. He was knocked down, and they'll call the push on Saskatchewan as Jay and King are battling it out here. Claridge has it. It was a little worse for wear after a collision with Bobby Kidd III. Keegan Ball now. Dangerous facilitator, and he's got the firepower from the outside. That pass got picked off by Connor McClellan's.
Saskatchewan's turn to intercept one. That was a big moment as on the back door, Vancouver had a guy wide open. If that makes it through, that's probably going behind Chiliano.
Here's Mans, a one-on-one with Shane Simpson. Vancouver's defense making it near impossible to get to the inside, and Saskatchewan unable to hit the net from the outside right now. Here's Simpson up the floor, one-on-one. Brock Haley's back on defense, as is Zach Mance. Charlem Beatty's thought about shooting it. Now he's going to wait for some forward friends to jump out the front gates. Ball lost it for a second. Now he's going to try and get past Accioni, and that's where that foot speed pays off for the youngster out of Barrie. Curtis Dixon. Little dunk attempt denied by Chiliano. Dixon hit the 600 goal mark a week ago. Up the floor, Smith finds Shanks on a partial break. He's denied by Del Bianco.
Shanks has missed his favorite spot, that far corner, 3 times now. He's just been a little off to start this one.
Thought Del Bianco got a piece of it. They didn't reset the shot clock though. Church now taking a beating. He'll try find Anderson to the middle, and that's kicked to the wall.
That one he definitely got a piece of.
40 seconds left to go in the first frame. Church now will spin back. Anderson has it. Keenan's crashing and banging. Anderson tries a swim move around Dilks. Up top, Keenan. Kick save made by Del Bianco, and Shanks can't grab the rebound.
Great coverage there by another former Rush player, Matt Beers, keeping Shanks away. And now Vancouver has the ability to go 6-on-5 to end up this quarter.
Curtis Dixon has it now. Does it on the shot clock. Lane towards the net. Jay got him stripped. 10 seconds left, and Hossack's looking at an empty net. He'll fire it and miss. Opportunity. Boudreau misses it. Hossack again. Second chance. Fires it wide. Chaos on Co-op Field to end quarter number 1. Vancouver dodges not 1, but 2 bullets to end the opening frame. What a finish to the first quarter. 3 more are coming your way next. Don't go anywhere. Vancouver leads 3-1 over Saskatchewan.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in SaskTel Center, where the Vancouver Warriors leading the Saskatchewan Rush 3-1, not where the Rush wanted to be sitting at the beginning of this game. They have been having some first quarter woes recently, and when I talked to Coach Jimmy Quinlan about it, he said, I don't even know what to say anymore. In Calgary, we said, hey, we need a good start. They got 2 goals scored against them in the first minute. In San Diego, he said they worked on the things that give them a good start, and they ended that first quarter 0-4. So he does say that he was proud of the way his team kept their composure. They did come out on top on both of those 2 games. He says that's a sign of their maturity. And in last year, they would have panicked, but they had composure, and he was proud of their demeanor. And unfortunately, didn't turn out for them in this first quarter here, because Captain Ryan Keane told me Vancouver is not a team that you want to be down against after the first quarter. Cody?
Thanks a lot, Heather. No, not at all. The number 3 team in the league with one of the top goaltenders in defense back there. About as bad as you could have drawn it up for Saskatchewan. A 3-1 lead for Vancouver. So their first quarter woes continue, but despite those woes, they are at a 7-game heater right now, Cody.
Boudreau out the face-off over to Naso. He'll look inside. Naso fires that one. Charbonneau soaked it. Naso now 4 for 6 at the stripe, going up against Max Adler. Face-off specialist, Vancouver brought in. Church inside, he had Del Bianco biting, and then he threw it back over the net that same direction.
Obviously adjustments being made by Jake Naso, as Max Adler had won the first 2. Naso now on a bit of a hot streak, he's now up to 4.
Charlem Beatty's has Sheridan up top. Former Panther City Lacrosse Club member. For Keegan Ball. Ball now, 2-on-1. Hits Dixon inside, and Accioni put a shoulder in his chest.
I love that from the young Accioni, standing up to the big man, bearing down on you and holding your ground and breaking up the scoring chance.
He has been great in his sophomore season. Missed some time his rookie year with injury. Has come back with vengeance. Here's Austin Shanks. 3 shots that went wide in that opening quarter for Shanks. Keenan, the captain. That ball got deflected to the corner. Church now overruns it. 4 to get something on goal. Church now, 5-hole attempt. Del Bianco makes the save, and it's up for Callies.
Del Bianco playing aggressively, coming out to cut down the angle on Church and just scooping it right up. One of the toughest goalies in the world to beat, never mind when he's got an open look.
Now Matt Hossack's going to have a break. Matt Hossack all alone, fires it wide. Anderson on an opportunity, had Messenger standing at the back door. Decided to wait and get the offensive set. Zawada over to Brock Haley. Haley looking to shoot around a defender, doesn't do so. Inside, Messenger in a battle with Grant right now. Messenger has it. 5 on the shot clock. Looks like a running back getting through the D line. Anderson rebounds, scores. Double it up, 88. It's 3-2.
8-88, and what a play by Mike Messenger. Doing Mike Messenger things like you said, Cody, holding on to that ball, pushing off his defender. What a play there by Messenger. He's going one-on-one with Grant. Grant is no small man. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. Messenger wins the battle, had the penalty drawn, and Anderson, Johnny on the spot, finds the open net, but just this play here by Mike Messenger, and then Anderson, his second of the game, the only person who has legally put it behind Christian Del Bianco tonight. So the rush now, it's just once that first quarter's done, they seem to figure it out. I don't know what it is. They're just a different team in quarters 2, 3, and 4, Cody.
Well, a bit of a weird start to this one with 3 challenges in the opening 4 minutes. Accione's waiting for a little bit of help as now McClellan will go and change. Mance sets up and he finds Coquitlam product Robert Church. Church for Keenan. Keenan now trying to flip it to Mans. They've attempted that multiple times, and the Warriors' defense is not giving it to them.
It's not there. They're going to have to keep swinging around the outside. That cross the floor pass, not there. Vancouver's got that sniff right out.
King now. Clarich goes and sets a hard pick that goes uncalled. Adam J now is on Clarich. She'll spin back inside, and it's waved off as he stepped in the crease. Oh, and now the VAR official is going to call this a goal. And I guess we're getting another challenge. Or not challenge, a review.
Another review. I'm going to say that's the Kurt Malosky effect. And this is a veteran coach who knows part of being a coach is working the officiating crew, right? That they know what is making you unhappy. And Kurt Malosky had several conversations with our officials during those replays that he thought they should have been automatically reviewed.
Due to conflicting calls by the officials, the play will be under automatic review.
Well, if you holler loud, the hand might go up, and sometimes that's just how it goes.
Well, I love it. It's part of the game, right? Kurt Malosky and Derek Keenan have both been around a very, very long time. And again, with all those replays we saw in the opening frame, Kurt Malosky thought that they should have been automatically reviewed. Instead, he had to use his challenge flag twice. And this one here, this is going to be close. We're getting a really good look here, but I think what we're looking on from Clarich is right before he leaps into the air, if that left foot, his right foot is on the white. Any part of the white line, well, that left foot does that hang in the air?
Yeah, I think his left foot's fine. It's that right foot. Is that down or touching down before the ball crosses the goal line? I believe this is going to be a good goal, but it's a quick review.
It should be, yeah.
After review, the call in the field of a good goal is confirmed. We have a goal.
So again, the fans at SaskTel Center not enjoying their replay reviews for the most part tonight. Of 3 have benefited the road team. Again, all correct. But you're not seeing that when you're in the stands with a bag full of popcorn and a cold bevy in your right hand. But there we go.
Marcus Clarich has his 9th of the season for the 23-year-old out of Burnaby. Naso, another face-off win, and then he's pushed in the back by Owen Grant. Now Grant hits Messenger in front of the bench there. Cooler heads will prevail. It is a rivalry here. You don't expect too many friendly conversations to go through. Rush down by 2. Zach Mance for Ryan Keenan. Keenan to Anderson. Over to Haley. He's denied by Del Bianco, and Jackson Subak gets to the rebound.
What a great save there, Christian Del Bianco getting down the splits. Brock Haley has one of the hardest shots on this Rush team. He got everything on that one, but Del Bianco up to the task.
Barnable slid down, ball ended up on the floor. Now Charlene Beatties lost it again, got it over to Keegan Ball, scored from that area earlier. This time Chiliano makes the save, and McClelland has the rebound.
Nice fancy footwork by Connor McClelland to stay out of the crease there.
Rush have been unable to get a transition game going, and you wonder if that's going to be key to getting back in this one. Austin Shanks for Anderson. He's on hat-trick watch. Back for Shanks, and he couldn't connect on the quick stick. Now up the floor. Shane Simpson's got a break. Shane Simpson as Jarrett Smith shot at a cannon out the back gate.
2 clubs very good in reverse transition, and I think that's what's slowing the Rush down. They've been so good with their transition attack all season.
Nixon for Clarich. Clarich flips it. Charlene Beatties takes it and scores. 2 in the game, 14 on the season, and Charlene Beatties makes it 5-2.
Another open look for a Vancouver player in the middle of the floor. Charlene Beatties able to get open. This Vancouver offense is slinging it around. The defense is keeping the Rush at bay, and the reverse transition's been so good. This is a dream start here for Vancouver, looking very much like the title contender we all thought they were going to be at the beginning of this season. Now up 5-2 on Saskatchewan, and Charlene Beatties has 14 on the year.
Well, it's not that he's just open in the slot. It's that his hands are free and he's allowed a double step down. It's looking like a hardest shot competition as he's able to walk into one and beats Frank Chiliano for the 2nd time this game. Mike Messenger will stay out on offense here. Jimmy Quinlan looking to change something up with the offense. Keenan can't cut underneath. Messenger trying to scoop up the loose ball. He bobbled it. Now he's got a battle with Grant. Stick knocked out of his hand, and it's scooped up by the Warriors.
I like Mike Messenger getting out there. I think the Rush need a little bit more sandpaper that's willing to get to the middle of the floor and create disruptions, because right now Vancouver's just keeping them outside and toying with them.
Curtis Dixon for Keegan Ball. Ball now inside as Clarich shot is kicked out. King gets the reset. 9:10 left to go, quarter number 2. Warriors up by 3. Dixon inside feed. Bobby Kidd III got his stick in the way. Chiliano now intercepts it and makes the outlet pass to Jarrett Smith.
Big improvement in Chiliano's game this year has been his ability to connect on some of those outlet passes.
Zach Mance opts not to shoot that one. Robert Church now. Haley sets the pick. Church for Anderson. Brock Haley again. 2-man game. He'll get inside and he scores. Brock buries one and the Rush have 3.
After getting absolutely robbed by Del Bianco in his last opportunity, Brock Haley gets the better of the Vancouver goaltender on this one. Haley, known for his wickedly hard shot. Nice little fake there, makes the two defenders bite, giving him a little bit of time and space to jump in, and finds a little bit of room under the arm of Del Bianco. Chaos in front, chaos in getting to the middle is a good mix on how you're going to start scoring some goals on this tough Vancouver defense.
Well, it wasn't an absolute rocket like we're used to seeing him fire. He kind of places this one, and maybe that comes from watching 33 and Green a little more this season. As an all-out rugby scrum ends up in the stick of Naso, who'll peel some paint off that pipe.
Jake Naso of one career goal. You couldn't tell it there. Great shot there from the Rush's face-off specialist.
He's had two opportunities here. The one got blocked, and if that doesn't get blocked, there's a chance. And this one beat Del Bianco, but his skinny red friend makes the save. Zawada back intended for Anderson. It got deflected. Shanks is going to have it behind the net. Beat Del Bianco in front. Zawada. 4 on the shot clock. Has to move it. He floats it to Beers in the middle, who grabs the paddle and just knocks it down into Saskatchewan territory. Brock Haley has the latest for Saskatchewan. It's now a 2-goal ball game on Co-op Field. Vancouver leading 5-3 is the score.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
Welcome back to SaskTel Center, where we've got a great battle between the Saskatchewan Rush and the Vancouver Warriors. Now, if you're a fan out there of the Rush and you're not superstitious, but you're a little stitious, let me tell you about something I discovered. Jake Ruggiero had a fantastic game last week in San Diego, scored 2 goals. Now, I found out his equipment didn't arrive. He didn't have his proper stick. Tried a couple in practice. None of them worked until he got Zach Mans to lace up a stick for him in the hotel room. Ryan Keenan having an amazing season with the Rush. He leads in points, he's tied in goals, and he leads in assists. Says the only thing he tweaked this season, he got Zach Mans to lace his stick. I mean, sure, this could be the culmination of hard work. This team's been together for 2 years, but I think for fans that are a little stitious, they're going to be wanting Zach Mans to be lacing up everybody's stick from now on.
Keenan there as well. Had to use Brock Haley's gear a few weeks ago in that game against Oshawa. You know what? It's just how it is in a fly-in, fly-out league. There is battles beyond belief that the average eye doesn't see. Vancouver up 5-3. 7:30 left to go in the opening half. Jesse King spinning around Hossack. Knocked to the carpet. Still on the ground there. It's popped and it ends up right back in his stick. And he's flattened by Adam J.
Guy that the Rush missed on D was Adam J. Missed a few weeks with an injury. He's back and he's made himself a presence in this game. But Cody, I think that Zach Mans could open up a little shop here. He's living in Saskatoon. Do everybody in town sticks?
Could be an option. Levi Anderson now, 7 on the shot clock. Church has it in the corner. Has to get something on goal. Runs himself back to the restraining line. Haley, that shot pops out of his pocket awkward and ends up in the corner.
You could even call it Mans' magic sticks. I don't think you'd have to, I don't know if 50 Cent would come after you for that one, but.
You've been thinking about this, eh? Adam Charlambides, he's on hat-trick watch. Bowering set the pick inside, denied by Chiliano.
Huge save, Frank Chiliano. Keep some momentum here for his team. See if they can continue to figure out this Vancouver defense that's been oh so good in the first quarter and onward of this one.
Mans pushed back. Anderson has it to Shanks. Rush have yet to find a way to get to the middle of the floor here. Anderson now, he'll drive, twister off the left arm of Christian Del Bianco.
Anderson's been about the only guy that can break through that Vancouver defense with consistency. Maybe he should be giving out lessons at halftime.
Dixon gives way for Jesse King. 18 goals, over 40 points this season. Flip back for Claridge. He'll grab it on the logo. 7 to shoot. Ball inside. Throws a wild backhand. That's punched out with the right hand. Now Shanks back on defense. Throws it up for Hosek. Couple of seconds to spare. You've got 8 seconds to get out over a half. Brock Haley defended by Owen Grant. Anderson walks it down for Mans. Zach Mans, short side snipe! Right under the bar, and the lead's cut in half.
Zach Mans says, I can string my own stick too, as he's been the lucky stick stringer this season. He obviously knows a thing or two, as that's his 23rd of the season. I like the job that Levi Anderson did. He was cutting in. He took all the attention here of Ryan Dilks and Matt Beers. Just creates enough attention for the guy with the 2 goals for Zach Mans, able to sneak in, sees the opening there as Beers had committed to going after Anderson, and Mans, man, he didn't look like there was even an open spot there, and he picks the corner over the shoulder of Christian Del Bianco, and the Rush have crawled back to within 1 in this one, Cody.
I think you got to credit Anderson there for starting to draw on the defenders. He's got 2 goals in this game. He's becoming a legitimate threat in the league, and that means NLL defenders have to respect him a little bit more. It's going to free up space for guys like Mans and Keenan, the 2 other lefties on this offense. Now Naso, another face-off with Anderson. Tries a swim move to the middle, flips it for Mans while falling down. Zawada's up top. He'll get free, trying to go glove side again. Del Bianco makes the save. Anderson gets the rebound, shot clock resets. Anderson now is going to work it in as Shanks was behind the net, but with there being 3 lefties on the floor, you probably want him above goal line extended. Keenan looking. Shanks now trying to go low. Del Bianco made the save, lost his glove, and still makes the outlet pass. 3-on-2 for Vancouver. Simpson up the floor. Pass across to Bowering. He's stopped.
Great save, Frank Chiliano. Great save, Christian Del Bianco. Love watching these 2 guys go head-to-head. Couple former Calgary Roughnecks, both of them.
King for Claridge. Ryan Keenan back on defense. Now they got knocked free. Keenan has it. Has to watch out behind him's Curtis Dixon. He'll strip him, but now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Dixon for King. He's denied by Chiliano. And an illegal substitution's being called. The only question is I have no clue who's getting this one. Bunch of former Rush players in this game for Vancouver, and Heather Morrison has more.
That's right, Cody. It was a trippy morning for Jeff Cornwell. He and Brett Midsky spent a large portion of their careers working here with the Rush. They were here for the 3 championships. Now, Cornwell said it's really weird to enter a building you played the majority of your career with. It's so familiar to you, and then instead of going right, you go left. He said it still has a good family feel to be back here, and it is a bit of a check-in for him as a player playing against his old teammates like Keenan, Church, Messenger. It's a way for him to see if he's still got it. Now, I will say Cornwell's life has changed quite a bit since he left Saskatchewan. He's got a 1.5-year-old, and he also wanted me to pass on a happy Valentine's to his wife, April. They are expecting another addition to their family in March, and like any good lacrosse baby, the due date lands on a bye week.
Thanks, Heather. He also scored the biggest goal in Rush franchise history. Jeff Cornwell, forever a legend for that goal in the finals against Buffalo.
It's the biggest goal in Saskatchewan sports history. You can be humble. I can be honest. Rusher on the power play, 0 for 1 so far, and they've given up a shorthanded goal. Ryan Keenan up top. They're going with the lefty strong look here as Anderson and Mans have kind of taken over the offense tonight. Robert Church back for Mans. Keenan's crease side. He'll step down, trying to go short side. Del Bianco seals off that near corner.
Career high 4 points so far for Anderson tonight. Let the youngster shoot. The Calgary product, the former RMLL star, came into tonight with 11 points. He's got 4 more on the evening.
Charlem Beatty's up top. Keegan Ball had the shorthanded goal in that opening quarter to make it 3-1. Pass went over the head of Curtis Dixon. Now a little fadeaway, dangerous from all angles. Shiliano stands tall and Messenger scoops up the pill.
Well, and especially that low to high shot. I know Heather was talking to Kurt Malosky earlier today, and even as a young man, you know, it's not what they teach. But Kurt Malosky, when he was 12, he's like, yeah, don't change a thing there, kid. It's worked out pretty good for Curtis Dixon.
Power play gets set up again with 3 lefties on the floor. Mans for Keenan, Anderson's behind the cage. They try to hit Shanks in the middle. Pass went over his head, and it'll be picked up by the Warriors again. Opportunity knocks. Keegan Ball is the forward off the bench. Owen Grant decides to hold it back as they can eat all but 4 seconds left on this too many men penalty.
Exactly what they're going to do here, Cody. Just wait for the too many men penalty to expire. Going to see a late shot here, which of course Keegan Ball scored on from distance earlier in this one.
Charlem Beatty still got it on goal. Hosick and Smith will battle to find it.
Charlem Beatty's almost looking like he had a second, dying seconds of a penalty kill goal here for Vancouver. That penalty kill has been excellent and dangerous simultaneously.
Austin Shanks. Keenan down for Church, and he wasn't ready for it. Offense has been out of sync here in the opening half. In the other way, it's Charbonneau on the breakaway. A rebound for Ball. He scores. Keegan Ball with his second of the game, and it's 6-4 for the visitors.
Keegan Ball, he of an 11-point night in this building one night, is having himself a game. That all starts here with a long outlet pass. Christian Del Bianco, that's how as a goalie you end up 7th in team scoring. He's known for that long feed. Sets up Charbonneau on the breakaway. Ball finishes. Nobody in the area to track down Keegan Ball, and that's not the kind of guy you should be letting run free. He's got 20 on the season, a known thorn in the Rush's side, and Vancouver back up by 2.
Yeah, we already talked about it, but he's got an 11-point game and a 10-point game against Saskatchewan.
Is that good?
Accioni off the face-off win. Runs it around, finds Naso. Jake Naso's inside, denied by Del Bianco.
That's 3 grade A chances for Jake Naso. You can tell he's itching to get one to get in on the fun this season. Doesn't have one yet this year. 1 goal in his career. Kid can shoot.
Zach Mans with a couple of words for Naso as he goes off for a change. I'm sure it's encouraging him where to put the ball next time. Vancouver's offense out there. We've got 2 hands in the air. Dixon lost his stick. He'll want 1 call, but I wonder if there's a second or if it was an errant whistle that stopped play.
Well, you're right. You had the 2-hand shoot up. You can see the delayed call was coming as Vancouver is slinging it around. I think Bobby Kidd the third on the
Penalties on the play to Saskatchewan number 43, minor penalty for holding the stick. Penalty to Vancouver number 17, a minor penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct for embellishment for dropping his stick.
And that's one where reputation can sometimes get to you, as Todd LeBranch has called many of games in this league and says, hey, Curtis Dixon wanted this to look like Jake Boudreau had his stick. And you can see with his left hand, he clearly just drops it. It's not like Boudreau ripped it out of his hands. He's trying to get a penalty, and the veteran official caught on.
Yeah, that's one that might fool somebody with a little bit less experience, but Todd LeBranch is not going to fall for that one. And we're going to see a little 4-on-4, so get ready for a track meet here, Cody, with 42 seconds left.
Ryan Keenan behind the net. Zach Mance now passes it to Robert Church. Church, far side, scores! Robert Church paints the top corner green, and the Rush have 5.
Robert Church, his first real good look so far this game, and he converts. One of the best snipers in the league. We were talking about him and Curtis Dixon battle. Fitting that he buries while the aforementioned Mr. Dixon is in the bin of sin. Church there picks it up off the floor. Great pass there from Ryan Keenan. And as great as the two goalies are in this game, sometimes you're just going to get beat by a hard, heavy seeing eye shot from a guy like Robert Church, who's up to 3 points on the evening.
5 away from setting the franchise record for points. Now Naso snaps up a face-off win cleanly, and he's the one to call the timeout. One hand on his stick. Talk about a confident kid right there.
Well, and he's won 11 straight face-offs. Of course you're going to be a confident kid. Adler started 2-0 against Naso, and then the young man for Saskatchewan has turned it around, made some sort of adjustment, because coming into this one, Cody, these teams are so evenly matched, offensively, defensively, goaltending, they're even. To me, the one spot where the Rush could pull away was going to be at the face-off dot, and you've seen that as the first half has worn on. You've seen Jake Naso establish his dominance.
Coming up at the game, halftime. I know John's got something special cooked up, some love letters. Yeah, we'll get to those first half highlights. Hey, 11 goals so far, and Heather Morrison will have the game interview. All that coming up in 27.8 seconds and change. But the Rush will have a chance to go 6-on-5. Frank Chiliano will be on the bench. They'll probably run this one down to about the 8-second mark and run a play.
Unless you're Vancouver, you can do what Saskatchewan did at the end of the first quarter, create some chaos and maybe get an empty net look. As Matt Hossack, I'm sure, is still kicking himself in the rear end after missing 2 empty nets. So let's hope this is a little bit of a cleaner execution here for the Rush at the end of this one.
So it's a 5-on-4 because it's 4-on-4 currently with Boudreau and Dixon in the sin bin. Does open up a little bit of space in the Rush power play so far, yet to connect. Keenan will still walk it down. Dozen on the shot clock. Rush Nation on the edge of their seats. Gives it to Church, and now the play runs. Mance swings it for Church. His pass got knocked down by Midski, and the Rush won't get a shot on goal as the second quarter comes to a close. Well, we talked about the offenses in the pregame show. They both put on a show. It's 6-5, and there has been no shortage of highlights. You don't want to miss this. Halftime is coming up next. Live from Saskatchewan, 6-5. The Vancouver Warriors lead the Saskatchewan Rush. Welcome to the game, halftime. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, live from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, as the Rush hosting the Vancouver Warriors. 6-5, the road team leads this one. We talked about Curtis Dixon and Robert Church in the pregame show. Yes, each of them did get in the goal column, but it was two kind of unsung heroes who took over for both teams.
Oh, certainly. First up for Vancouver, Adam Charlambides. Out of all the big names that this Vancouver team has, he's not one that gets a lot of talk, but he is definitely one of the key cogs of this offense, and he's been great tonight. He's got 2 goals, 2 assists. You take a look at both his goals that beat Frank Chiliano, having himself one heck of a night, Cody.
And on the other side of things, it's a player in his sophomore season, Levi Anderson. He has a career high right now with 4 points in this game. He really stood out early.
Oh, certainly. Continue to stand out throughout the entire game. He, coming into this one, had 11 points. He's got 4 so far this evening, and by far the best game of his young career. This is a guy that had Rookie of the Year potential coming into last year. Couldn't quite get it going, but man, if we're seeing the Levi Anderson coming out party, we are having a treat tonight, Cody. What a great performance from him so far in this one.
Well, looking at those first half stats, the shots on goal, dead even 20-20. Jake Naso dominating 11-2 at the stripe, but the score that matters, 6-5. The Vancouver Warriors are up on Saskatchewan. My partner, John Fraser, has some love letters coming up after the break. We are at the half in Saskatchewan, and well, it is Valentine's Day. I know there's a lacrosse game going on, but I thought we could write some comedy into this. So I had to bring in stand-up comedian John Funny, my friend, to the stage.
Of course, and I've written some love letters to a couple players featured in tonight's game. We're going to start with Vancouver. Handwritten and everything right here, Cody. Roses are red. Violets are blue. I probably love Christian Del Bianco more than you do. Yes, I get it. Anybody that's watched us over the years knows how big of a fan of CDB I am. Since he's arrived, he's turned the Warriors into a wagon. Although he's the guy stopping the ball, he's also 7th on his team in scoring. That's insane. He's sharing the love as well, too. Bringing Curtis Dixon and Jesse King into the fold as well.
Okay, that was pretty good, but you gotta have one for Saskatchewan,
Well,
too.
of course I do. Handwritten love letters. How can you beat it? It's like when you got the Valentines when you're a little kid. It's Ryan Keenan. And it's not just about his movie star good looks. Though, let's be honest, that jawline could launch 1,000 ships. It's so much more than that. The former 2016 first overall pick is at another level. 22 goals, 54 points, on pace for a career high, beating his old high of 90 points in a season. On top of his performance on the floor, Keenan's an excellent leader. That's why he wears the C for the first place Saskatchewan Rush.
And getting a little bit of love from the fans as well. They voted on their mid-season awards, and Captain Keenan named Offensive Player of the Year.
Certainly joining him from tonight's game, Mike Messenger and Coach Derek Keenan. Of course, love the play of Brett Dobson, but my boy CDB's got to be on there after the love letter. Fans, though, I think you did a great job.
Well, the second installment of the new Greater Toronto rivalry between the Firewolves and Rock went down to the wire. Our NLL Productions crew, through the partners at TSN, were there and mic'd up Ty Kurtz and Phil Mazuka for this week's NLL Wired.
Good job, good job, good job. No, you stepped in first. Under! Nice save. Strong right. How did that feel? Not good. Hello, boy. Push him high. Yeah! Hey, that's all you. That's all you.
Let's try it again. Curtsy, you're going to set the cross-4 pick for the lefty carrying over the top. Double down and get out of the middle, lefties.
I'm good here. Watch pick. Get up. Dude, just leave him at the boards. Because he wants you to come to him so the guy can try and find his back. Gotta get over. Pick, repick.
Yeah.
Ball's in the low left. The righty's coming over here. Let's get ready to switch and stay with them.
I'm never not shooting 5-hole ever again for the rest of my life.
Down the bottom, ball's going to come here, and come pick the sliver on the backside. This guy passing, drift away, get out of there. This is the guy sliding up top, here.
Good game, boys. Dude, hell of a game. Yeah, thanks, bro. Lock those guys in. Let's go!
We are at the half in Saskatchewan, and the Rush trailed the Warriors by 1. Here's Heather Morrison with Ryan Keenan for the game interview.
Ryan, that embellishment call was the first crack in Vancouver's control in their pace and discipline within this game. How do you take control of the game in the second half?
Yeah, we're right there. I don't know, not great offensively. I think we started playing a little better, moving our feet a little more, but we can't stand around. And like I said, we're right in this. A few things to clean up, but we're in good shape right now.
You knew that it would be a tough game for you guys. Defensively, anything else you want to see?
I think just, late in the clock, so we got to do a little better finishing shifts probably on both ends. So clean that up, get in the shooting lanes, help Frankie out a little more. But they're playing well. They're giving us a chance.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Good luck in the second half.
Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard before returning to this one here. Friday night, Colorado beating Vegas 13-12. Buffalo and Halifax, a close contest between those two East Coast teams. 11-10 for the defending champions. Ottawa beating Roch 10-8.
Little weird seeing Buffalo and Halifax at 3-5, not gonna lie.
I know, it's one of those things you take two looks at. San Diego beating up on Oshawa 13-7. Philly and Calgary in a battle 3-2 for Philly. And then later on tonight, the nightcap, if you will. Toronto's in Colorado. Tomorrow, Georgia visits Calgary.
Maybe one year we'll get a doubleheader in Sask here on a weekend. That would be fun.
I'd have no voice left.
One could dream, though. That man, Christian Del Bianco, 15 saves in the opening half. Jake Naso, his 12th faceoff win, and the Saskatchewan Rush will get the first possession in quarter number 3.
15 saves and a love letter. Can't beat that stat line right there, Cody.
Austin Shanks. 3 shots off target, 2 on in the opening half. Zach Mann's now trying to go stick side. Del Bianco got a piece of it. Shanks trying to get to the loose ball, and it'll be scooped up by Jeff Cornwall.
Owen Grant's having himself a game. He's just eliminating Rush players with his size and strength left and right. The only guy able to outduel him, Mike Messenger, so far in this one.
4-on-4 as Boudreau and Dixon are in the sin bin. Charlem Beatties on hat-trick watch. Down for King. Flips it inside. And another pass got knocked down. McClellan got his stick in the way that time.
McClellan's been stepping up big time in this game. He's had a couple hits, a couple pass breakups, but I've really noticed him stepping up in the absence of Holden Garland, who's on the IR.
Josh Zawana with it. Zawana out of Raleigh, North Carolina for Anderson on hat-trick watch. 4 points in the opening half. Anderson now hard pick set by Zach Mans. Mans is inside and he's denied by Del Bianco.
Mans might have got away with one there, Cody. We would have been able to hear the Vancouver coaches from up here if he scored that.
Curtis Dixon. Fresh legs out of the sin bin after halftime. Got called for an embellishment earlier in the second quarter. Dixon in the corner now. Pass wasn't for him. It got picked off by Sheridan instead. Thought Jesse King was going to try to go back to Dixon on the back door there. Instead, it was stopped in the crease. Boudreau hands way for Austin Shanks. Shanks, no points yet in this contest. Keenan back for Brock Haley. Haley has 1. Keenan now to the middle, one hand on his stick and a bouncer off the mark. Church now unable to grab that, and Vancouver going back the other way.
Vancouver shut down some of Saskatchewan's big guns so far in this one. You pointed it out, Shanks doesn't have a goal yet, and that's rare for him. Church just 1, and Keenan no goals either.
Claridge defended by Smith. Jesse King now one-on-one with Messenger. 5 seconds to shoot. Good pick. King shot to the stick side. Goes wide, and Curtis Dixon dumps this one down in the corner.
This Vancouver team is just so good at keeping you from getting to the middle. It's been some incredible individual efforts by guys like Levi Anderson, like Brock Haley, to get to the middle and score a couple goals here for them tonight.
Anderson again, trying to go 5-hole, and Del Bianco dropped down to make the sink. Outlet pass, he's got Bowring. Minsky up the floor too, and the defenders give way. Simpson thought about it. His pass over the head of Claridge, and it's going to bounce down for Adam Jay. Jay's got support on the right side too. Accione's on a break. Man, Accione buries! Oh, he ran it in from Radisson, and it's 6-6.
Matt Accioni, breakaway king. All of his goals this year have looked like carbon copies of that, Cody. One of the fastest guys on this Rush team steps on the gas, goes stride for stride with Adam J. He goes, let's give it to the young guy, and he buries over the shoulder of Christian Del Bianco. We talked about how Vancouver had basically completely eliminated Saskatchewan's transition attack. But if Saskatchewan wants to win tonight, they're going to have to overcome that great Vancouver defense.
Well, if you talked about who'd be leading the defense in goals this year, Messenger and Boudreau are the obvious answers, but Accioni is creeping up on them. He has 4 now this season. Boudreau and Messenger both with 5.
Well, Accioni was so highly praised coming out of training camp. It's nice seeing a young guy like that in his second year carry that momentum from cap. And some of those expectations of your coach basically saying, hey, you're going to be a much bigger part of this team moving forward.
Haley for Shanks, 7 on the shot clock. Church has to get out of the crease. He got pushed in. Anderson now, 2 to shoot. Far side goes 1.
Did not miss by much as Levi Anderson having a bit of a coming out party in this one so far. 2 goals, 2 assists for the Calgary product against a whole bunch of former Calgary Roughnecks.
One of those, Curtis Dixon. 25 goals on the year. Keegan Ball sets a hard pick on Ryan Barnable.
Well, you know, a guy like Levi Anderson would have watched a lot of Curtis Dixon during, his younger years. Must be cool going up against a guy like a legend like that. He's got 600 goals in the NLL.
Ryan Keenan, little spin back move. Man's another pick. Keenan fires that one off the post, and now the Rush have 3 posts in this game as we're level at 6. Transition opportunity for Simpson. Dixon's off the bench. It goes back to Bowering, and he's stopped by Chiliano.
What a great save by Chiliano, getting over, getting his body out in front. He was a little deep in his net, maybe a bit off balance, but Chiliano able to get his arm up, and that is such a tough save to make, moving laterally with all that gear on. And again, tonight you've got 2 of the best in the 2 nets.
Shanks looking at that far side corner. Del Bianco came out to challenge and made the save aggressively. Now Bierce has to throw one over his head. It hits Charlem Beatties, and he'll post up on the logo with it. Charlem Beatties still has it. Claridge is off the bench. Claridge now rolling, trying to go cross body. Bounce this one off the glass, stays in play. Charlem Beatties now whips it down for Dixon. 2 to shoot. Curtis Dixon walking inside. He's hit to the ground by Jay, and now he might have just caught Jay below the belt there. We saw that with Chase Fraser and Mike Messenger in the NLL finals last year. Jay looks like he's all right, though, so maybe it was just a bit of a scare. Saskatchewan gets one back from Matt Accioni in quarter number 3. Even Steven in Saskatchewan, 6-6 is the score.
Welcome back, all level at 6, and you now see Curtis Dixon in the bin of sin, taking a penalty right before we went to break, and we're going to get a look at it right here. You see Dixon driving towards the Rush net.
So Jay gets a slash in there.
Yeah, so Jay gives him a slash. He takes exception, and to use my catchphrase, Cody, he gets him betwixt the pantaloons, if you will. Did not like the slash. Don't blame him, but you can't go around striking below the belt, if you will. So Dixon into the bin of sin with an all-timer of you can't do that.
Not where the lacrosse stick belongs. Rusher on the power play here. 0 for 2 so far. Righty strong look. Brock Haley trying to go 5-hole. Del Bianco dropped on it.
Well, this Vancouver power play has just been top-notch here tonight. Their ability to just kill off these 30s. They get the ball, and you might as well just take 30 seconds off the clock and give it back to Saskatchewan. They've been so good at this. They move the ball around. They've got big bodies to keep it against the boards.
Keegan Ball does have a shorthanded goal already in this contest. 4 to shoot. Ball's going to drive. Hit by Messenger. Got it back, though, and he's denied.
Like right there. They just swing it around, kill time, and then get a grade A scoring chance. I mean, the Rush have to be aware. Like, this is what they're doing. This is what's on film. That's what they've done to you so far in this game.
You could have sent all 7,500 people in the building after Keegan Ball on that one. He was determined to get a shot off. Lefty strong look now. They've changed it up early. Mans is up top. Little pedal back. Robert Church far side. It snuck under the elbow of CDB, and it sneaks over to Matt Beers.
Former Rush defender and one of the best names in pro sports.
Keegan Ball on the logo now. 32 seconds left in the penalty to Curtis Dixon. His second penalty of the game. Ball inside. Charlambides over to his strong side, and he scored. That one sneaks behind Chiliano. It's a second shorthanded goal for Vancouver, and it's 7-6.
Do the Rush consider declining power plays from here on out, Cody? Their power play is -2 in the special teams department. Keegan Ball again on the penalty kill, gets in tight to Charlambides, but we've got a challenge flag. Another replay. We're going to get a second look here. Looks like we might be a foot in the crease there on Charlambides. We are going to wait and see if he's got his hat trick tonight, or if the fans at SaskTel Center will be happy with a replay review. And like I said, my confidence meter when Jimmy Quinlan throws that challenge flag is by how far he throws it onto the floor. This one is at the horns of the Giant Rush logo.
Saskatchewan is challenging the call of a good goal. The play will be under review.
Vancouver is already saying, hey, we should probably get some defenders ready on the floor.
So what you're saying is we're pretty sure this one's going to go Saskatchewan's way. I mean, it still doesn't disguise the fact that they have not been good at defending shorthanded or Vancouver shorthanded opportunities. But yeah, we're getting a good look here. This one's pretty cut and dry as we see it here in the building. I'm assuming that our officiating crew is seeing the same thing.
That left foot, keep an eye on that when we get a replay here.
Oh yeah, our team's got it right here. Look at the left foot, Charlambides. You can see it on the overhead. It is there. That ball is not behind Chiliano in the slightest. That foot is down on the white right there. This should be fairly short, and it looks like it is as our officiating crew comes out. And Todd LeBranch with the announcement.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. We have a crease violation, no goal.
Hey, I know I make jokes about it too, and this feels like our 6th or 7th review of the game, but credit where it's due, and Todd LeBranch getting that done in about 20 seconds. I know there's going to be someone with the stopwatch complaining about it, but that was a quick and efficient review, and I feel that that's acceptable. In real time as a ref, you're going to miss something like that once in a while. It's bound to happen, but they get the right call, and it gets taken off the board. So we're back to 6-6, and the Rush have another power play opportunity here. Zach Mance for Church. Up top, Mance over to Keenan, quick stick. That goes off the crossbar. The iron count is above the recommended daily dose right now. The Rush have at least 5 behind Del Bianco. Over to Anderson now, his quick stick. Ends up behind the net. Shanks has to run back on it. Shanks now trying to shoot it through multiple defenders. Now Church trying to go stick side. Keenan back over to Anderson. One move inside, and that one got soaked by Matt Beers.
Matt Beers, one tough defender there, standing tall against the shot from Levi Anderson. Shot clock expiring, you know that bullet's coming. He just stands in, takes it, and jogs back to the bench. Again, get the ice bags, Cody.
Keegan Ball now steps in and puts that off the collarbone of Frank Chiliano. That one buzzed the tower a little bit. He might have to shake it off. I don't know if he caught him in the throat guard, collarbone, right in that area. If you're not wearing one of those, though, it can be awfully unfortunate.
Well, you and I are both retired goaltenders, and we've worn a couple up there, and I can tell you, it is not fun. That'll take your breath away in a hurry, Cody.
Zawada to Mance. Brock Haley, former Whitby Junior A Warriors star. Minto Cup champion, inside feed, and Zach Mans is denied.
It's about the first time that the Rush have gotten inside on that play. Great save, Christian Del Bianco. That's the toughest thing with both these teams. You get through a great defense, a great scoring chance, boom, there's one of the best goalies in the world staring you down.
Clarence Sean Bobby Kidd III. Got tipped off of the defender and out of play, so the shot clock does get reset.
I think that went off of Bobby Kidd III. He is right back to the bench and with the Rush's training staff.
Claridge has 9 this season. Charlene Beatties down to the corner for King. Former Calgary Roughneck NLL champ in 19. Dixon flips it. Keegan Ball, step down. Frank Chiliano with the left toe. Now Keegan Ball. Little extra emphasis on the hit in the corner.
Fans
Just
on.
a push.
Just a push, no. They've been playing hard all night, but heading back to the Rush bench is Matt Accioni, a little shaken up after taking that hit.
The Rush have gotten their fair share of power plays. I don't anticipate that continues. Shanks to Keenan. Keenan now trying to get around a jab from Grant. It popped free, and here goes Cornwall. Barnable's off the bench. Cornwall one-on-one, put it in the logo of Chiliano.
Seen that before in this building, going that exact
Same
direction, Cody.
side, different finish.
Oh, I had the bunch of memories come flooding back there, buddy.
Anderson for the hat trick, denied by Del Bianco. Ball ends up in the net, but I believe it went off of Anderson and in while he was laying on the Tim Hortons logo. At a TV timeout here in quarter number 3. 6-6 is the score as Del Bianco's been phenomenal for Vancouver.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here
Oh, what a move!
with NLL Friday night on TSN.
And tonight, it's been a battle of two of the best goalies in the National Lacrosse League in a 6-6 tie between the Vancouver Warriors and Saskatchewan Rush. Christian Del Bianco and Frank Chiliano, two men with NLL Goaltender of the Year awards. Del Bianco along with the MVP in 2023. Chiliano, the reigning goalie of the year, 22 saves for CDB. Chiliano, 16, and not 16 easy saves. These are not throwaway at the end of the shot clock shots these guys are stopping. These are high danger chances from some of the best snipers in the league. Again, you got the two best offenses in the league, the two best defenses in the league, and I would dare say the two best goaltenders in the league. This has been a show tonight, and these guys are putting on a show.
Vancouver has 4 players with 2 or more points so far in this contest. Charlotte Beatties leads the way with 2 goals and 2 assists. He's got the rock near side boards. Matt Hossack chases him up above the restraining line. King for Dixon, low to low, denied by Chiliano. Matt Hossack now had a couple of cracks at an empty net at the end of the first quarter that might haunt him. Keenan trying to call the play. Brock Haley for Shanks. Inside again. Haley. Shanks has 4 to shoot. Austin Shanks now. Far side again. Del Bianco got it.
Well, Del Bianco knows the scouting report on Austin Shanks. He's stepping out an extra step every time Shanks has it because he knows he's looking for that far side shot. That's Shanks' bread and butter.
Vancouver just got away with an 8-second count also. Beers has a couple of spin moves and tries to fire that one far side. Now Keegan Ball and Bobby Kid the third, pardon me, are getting into it down there. Intensity ramp it up.
And Bobby Kid the third has been spicy since taking a shot off the shoulder. It's like he's channeling his pain into rage.
Levi Anderson, former Junior A Raider in the RMLL. Robert Church, it's kicked out by Del Bianco. Church scoops it up with one hand, pushed in by former teammate Jeff Cornwall. Ryan Keenan, captain, points leader of this rush team for Zach Mance. Mance has 1 in the game, looking for his second, and he's got it! 2 for 2, and the Rush have their first lead since the first quarter.
Zach Mance takes advantage of some chaos in the defensive zone for Vancouver. There is 3 defenders turning around, paying attention to bodies behind the net. A bit of a different look. Saskatchewan had 2 guys behind the net. 2 defenders turned around, and Mans went, okay, I will take this free path. 1 step, gets by Brett Mitski in his huge reach, then goes down low on Del Bianco, who looks at his 2 defenders that are looking at him going, guys, what the heck? To this game for Zach Mans.
Now, Robert Church isn't going to get an assist for that one, but similar how we talked to the Owen Grant loose ball that led to a Vancouver goal, Robert Church, after he took that shot, everyone's going for a change. He decides to battle for the loose ball, got it back, and if that doesn't happen, that ball's not in the back of the net, folks.
And that's the stuff that top teams do. Every guy is out there digging for every loose ball. No quit on any play, and you're seeing that. You've seen that all season for both these clubs, and you're seeing it on both sides tonight as well.
Mance with Keenan on that far side. Now it's Zawada to Shanks. Austin Shanks for Mance. Thought about winding this one up. Shanks now took a big hit. Keenan's got it. 1 to shoot, and he dumps it in the corner.
Owen Grant with another huge hit. You're not going to see him on the scoreboard, but he has had a big game tonight in shutting down those rush forwards, knocking them on their rear ends and taking them out of place.
3rd overall pick back in 2022. Charlotte Beatties, 33 points this season for him. Ball with 5 to let it go. Bounce pass. Charlotte Beatties behind the net for Dixon. He's pushed in by Matt Hossack for a shot clock violation.
Rush now a chance to go on their first 2-goal run. Pardon me, they are currently on a 4-goal run. You know, lacrosse is a game of runs, and they're aiming to keep that up here. It's the best momentum they've had, like you said, since starting this game. They started this game with 1 goal and then had 2 taken off the board, rightfully so, by replay reviews.
It really changed the momentum in this one. And
did it ever.
Credit to Vancouver's coaching staff. You make the right call, and it got them the momentum, but now their offense is looking for someone to step up. Here's Jesse King. Missed the mark, and Bobby Kid the third was running for a breakaway. No one had the ball. Messenger takes a slash to the side of the knee. Accioni now pushing the pace. He's got Jesse King caught back on defense. 1 goal already in the game, and he's going to stay in play here. Played a little forward with Snake Island Senior B. Keenan inside, tried to hit Accioni. Beers is going to kick this one. Won't be over and back, but Keenan can get to it. Shot clock's going to expire as he dumps it into the corner, and now Vancouver's going to have a chance to go 6-on-5. Do they do it again, though, where the Rush chose to double team last time, and it almost ended up in chaos? Well, it was chaos. It just didn't end up in the back of their net. Now Charlambides has a defender in Jay step up on him. That got Christian Del Bianco to think twice about it. Now it's 6-on-5. Jesse King is the 6th forward off the bench. 3 lefties, 3 righties. He'll walk it in. Ball has to go. 2 to get something done. King towards the middle. Great defense by Adam J. Adam J stepping up at the perfect time, avoiding the pick, getting stick on hands. Might have just saved a grade A opportunity. It's the kid Levi Anderson having himself a night, but Frank Chiliano perfect in quarter number 3. Saskatchewan leads 7-6 heading into the 4th quarter. Rush leads 7-6, but the power play 0 for 3 so far. Vancouver's power play penalty kill has been great. Heather Morrison has more on the special teams.
Yeah, the power play is something that the Rush has been working on this year. As you can see, it's been way more productive for them this season, and even just last week in San Diego, they scored on the power play 6 times. Vancouver coach Kurt Malosky says he knows this is a big advantage for the Rush, and you want to be physical, you want to hold them accountable, but you can't go to the box. And I asked him how he handled this with this team, and for some coaches they say, well, you know, I can say everything I want, but they're not going to listen. But the Vancouver is fairly disciplined, and they listen to their coach. He says, what you're going to do is you're going to walk the line, but you're not going to cross it. No ticky-tacky slashings, little bad holds, no chirping the ref, no tolerating any of that stuff. What he likes to see is penalties that come out of hard work. We can live with them and we can kill those off. Now, a few maybe he wouldn't be so happy with tonight, but they can be happy with their penalty kill. They're 0-3.
Well, Kurt Malowski's squad defensive discipline, it's kind of been the key to everything he's done in this league. And boy, we got a battle. Shanks now inside trying to hit Brock Haley. Great defensive effort again right there. Got knocked away at the last second. Now Owen Grant's going to go for a jock. One-on-one with Bobby Kidd III. Forwards come out. Adam Charlambides with him. 2-2 for him. King sets the pick. Charlambides fires and scores. 7-7 inside Sastel Center.
The hat trick's going to put him at 15 on the year, Cody. He has been Vancouver's best forward. You always see guys like this step up in a matchup of heavyweights. You know, the defense is going to be focused on Dixon, on ball, and it's going to be a guy like Charlambides that's going to be tasked with stepping up, and he has done exactly that. The low-to-low pistol, beating Frank Chiliano on the far side. Just a great shot. That's the kind of stuff you want to see from your forwards. What a great shot. Seeing eye shot over Chiliano, and Charlambides with the hat trick. 5 points now tonight.
33 points in 9 prior games against Saskatchewan. That includes a 4-goal outing back on January 20th, 2024, and a hat trick on February 10th of that same year.
Del Bianco with his 2nd assist of this one as well, Cody.
Up to 9 on the year for him. Here's Josh Zawada one-on-one with Cornwall. Zawada's got his defender on an ISO. Church now got knocked down. Zawada for Anderson. Levi Anderson. He'll try spin back. Twister goes off the defender. Zawada's still got 5 to work with here. He'll get to the middle, trying to pull it short side. Goes wide by a bit.
Jeff Cornwall with a little extra spice on a couple of those blows to Robert Church. He was great. He saw Church coming in to step the pick and knocked him on his rear end before he could do anything.
Ball has got deflected by Adam J. Matt Accioni scoops it up, and he'll throw it for Matt Hossack. Mans is the first guy out the O gates, but Hossack will slow it down here instead of forcing something in transition. The set offense hasn't exactly been amazing for this Saskatchewan team, but the transition game has kept them in it at times of need. Here's Austin Shanks behind the net. Flips it for Anderson. Defender on an island. Anderson around Dilks, trying to go 5-hole, and Del Bianco makes a save as Ryan Dilks flattens him into the crease.
It's the third or fourth time that Dilks has taken Anderson down into the crease after he's driven towards Del Bianco.
Both former Edmonton Senior B minors. RMLL champions. Here's Charlon Beatties, has 3, wants 4. King takes a hard cross check. Now he's going to walk right down the middle. Chiliano with the save. King has the rebound and the reset. Keegan Ball, one-on-one with Smith. Dixon and Sheridan setting picks. King thought about feeding Charlon Beatties. Ball outside look, scored from that angle earlier. This one bounces off the shoulder of the rush netminder.
Another RML alum, Jarrett Smith, former Winnipeg Blizz member, running it up the floor. He's in the lineup tonight as Holden Garland is out. It's good luxury to have, bringing a guy like Jarrett Smith whenever you see an injury. Probably one of the best fringe defenders, if you will, in the league.
Zawada for Mance. Zawada has it again. That bouncer might have caught the top of Del Bianco's stick. Oh, they'll say it didn't hit anything there. That looked like it took a weird bounce and went out. Now they're going to talk about it here.
No, I'm
and
with
you wonder if this is a lie detector test for Christian Del Bianco right now.
They are going to say he sold him on it. Like a good salesman, Del Bianco. Oh, that didn't go off my stick. You are right, though, Cody. That definitely changed directions in mid-flight, but always so hard to tell.
Didn't need a lawyer to get out of that one, and it's Vancouver ball. 11:28 left to go, quarter number 4. Curtis Dixon has it. He'll walk the luck. Claridge, the somehow second-round pick in this league. Dominant on offense. He's on the roll. Kick safe.
Huge save there by Frank Chiliano. Claridge looked like he was going to bury there. Chiliano last second getting that left leg out.
Sheridan for Ball. Keegan Ball for King. Hossack's on him. Little flip, and Claridge got his hands free. Chiliano with the save. The ball went up there for Accioni. Has to be careful. If you bobble that on the center line, could be over and back on you real quick.
I think Accioni's eyes got a little big there. He was looking for another breakaway and was thinking of going to the net before catching the ball.
Haley sets the pick. Church is on the wheel. Keenan now trying to pop it free. Church rolls it down for Keenan. He'll flip it up. Brock Haley as the shot clock is expiring. Buzzes the tower of Del Bianco.
That hard Brock Haley shot. Vancouver has almost completely eliminated the righties on offense here for Saskatchewan, with just Church and Haley having one each. Everything else coming from the lefties.
Ball for Charlon Beatties to King. King a little toe drag. Now he's going to walk to the middle, and Frank Chiliano drops down into a hockey-style butterfly to make the save. Chiliano up to 25 saves. Guy across from him has 26. Austin Shanks for Mance. Zach Mans has a pair in the game. Simpson took him out. Mans got up. Little twister. Whipped wide. Simpson has it. Up the floors. Bowering. They'll run. 3-on-2. Shane Simpson. Pick got set, and he runs that one off the coconut of Chiliano.
Chiliano says he's okay. Official going over to see if he needed a minute, but Frank says, I'm good.
That is a triple step down square to the forehead. You can have all the Kevlar in the world, and it does not feel great. Robert Church up for Anderson. 7 to shoot. Rush have to go quick here. Anderson, twister, ends up in the corner. Vancouver won't touch up on it as they want to get to the media timeout. 7-7 is the score. Adam Charlambides caps off the hat trick in quarter number 4, and that's why we're level in Toontown.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
The NLL on TSN Plus and ESPN Plus is brought to you by Hotel Planner. Travel smarter with exclusive NLL fan discounts at nll.hotelplanner.com. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL.
Save some of that cake for me. It's about the only thing that would make tonight any sweeter, because we've got an absolute battle on the floor here. 7-7 Rush and Vancouver Warriors. It's come as advertised, Cody. It's been back and forth. We've seen highlight reel goals. The defense has been outstanding. Each team with only 33 shots on net. It's a sign of some really good defense in this one. The goaltenders, as expected, great. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday night with us.
Vancouver and Saskatchewan, the third and fourth best defenses in the league based on goals against. You've also got the reigning goaltender of the year against a guy with a mere .820 save percentage. Curtis Dixon, no goals yet this evening. Outside for King, he'll get to the middle. They'll see he was calling for warning, I believe, with that free arm. Posick trying to force one over to Anderson. He'll have to get in there. Dilks was on his numbers, and now Church and Keenan jump off the bench. Keenan yet to get in the goal column here also. Robert Church up top. Keenan step down. That'll ring some more red paint on the white pill.
Is that 6 or 7 for the Rush tonight now, Cody?
Zach Mance for Church. Mance now, he'll cut right inside. Bouncer goes high. Keenan trying to get to the loose ball. He'll get there. There's 5 to shoot. Keenan one arms this back. It'll be grabbed by Bobby Kidd III, who dumps it down into the corner and gets back on defense.
Good shift there by the Rush offense. As we talked to, their set pieces hadn't been working so well because Vancouver's D is so dang good. But that one, they look pretty solid.
Charlambides inside feed. King's all alone and he scores. Jesse King puts the Warriors in front. It's 8-7.
And right after a good look on the offense, the defense lets Jesse King walk on in. And Charlambides, another point tonight. He's up to 6. King is 19th of the year, second tonight. And again, just a defensive breakdown there, allowing Jesse King in all alone. Chiliano, not a lot of help on that one as Jesse King walks down Main Street and goes one-on-one with Chiliano. Tough save to make. He's unable to, and King's got his second of this contest. And Vancouver now, after a 3-goal run by Saskatchewan, they're on their own mini heater of 2 goals in a row.
Far from afraid, and now Bowering just put Naso in an arm bar. That's a dangerous play. Naso slow to get off here. Rush bench is not thrilled with that one. We'll keep an eye on the Rush Star face-off mitt. Brock Haley, pass from Mans. Mans now pushed into the corner. Keenan has it, 2 to shoot. Del Bianco punches it out with the right hand. Charlam Beatties, one-on-one with Bobby Kidd III. Messenger now slides up. They're still able to get to the middle of the floor, almost untouched at times. Keegan Ball, left pad save made by Chiliano. McClelland will throw it back for Boudreau. He'll hit Messengers, the 2 Saskatoon now locals work their way up the floor. Messenger driving inside, his pass got knocked down. Shanks gets the lucky bounce in the corner. Does it on the shot clock. Shanks to the middle, trying to go low, whips it wide. Church has it. Messenger sets the pick. Church's shot is stumped.
Del Bianco down to the hockey butterfly to freeze it, but again, look at what they're doing on that left side for the righty side with the Saskatchewan offense. They're just keeping them outside, keeping them off balance, and basically taking away the entire side of the floor is what Vancouver defense has done.
Keegan Ball, one-on-one as Accioni just wore it off the ear.
That one a souvenir coming at about 100 miles an hour. Fan gets a nice cheer because that one, normally when those are deflected, it's a nice, easy, lazy pop fly, not a line drive right at your chest.
Hope you weren't double fisting when that thing's coming your way. Dixon now stripped of the ball by Accioni, then Barnabal without a stick. They'll call him for using his hand. Extended offensive possession here. Keegan Ball for Clarich. Little spin back. Kosick scoops up the garbage. Overthrows Jared Smith, who will run up on it in the corner. Bowering now scoops him from the legs up, and this one's going to get rolled back to half. Anderson got there just in time. Still a dozen on the shot clock. Rush will have to go quick here. Church for Zawada. Zach Mans, 3 to shoot. Got around a pick, trying to go short side high. Del Bianco made the save. Mans with the rebound, flips it over for Zawada. Reset, give it. Josh Zawada now trying to drive inside. He's hauled down. Anderson going to pick up the loose ball. Took a hit from Cornwall. Refs are letting them play it out here in the final 5.
Love it. Both teams, and we heard Heather talk about it as well, both teams know how to stay right on that edge. They're veteran teams. They know how to not cross the line and play physical, and we're seeing that here tonight.
Dixon. One-on-one with Boudreau. Swim move, push back, and Dixon now hit to the ground by Adam J as that shot clock was expiring. Vancouver has the last 2 goals. Jesse King has them up front, 8-7. The visitors lead in Saskatoon. Don't go anywhere. The home stretch is up next.
Heavyweight tilt tonight between Vancouver and Saskatchewan, and the current go-ahead marker, that's from Jesse King. Massive goal there, Cody, as we're getting late in the 4th quarter. King, a defensive breakdown, walks down Main Street all alone, and a guy like Jesse King, you can't leave him alone like that. He's up to 19 goals in 9 games this season. That's your current game winner, but lots of drama left with 3:46 left to go in this one.
Spread out offense across the board for each team, and it's been the superstars who've been quiet. Zach Mann's with it right now. 2 goals for 2 in green. Brock Haley has 1. Inside feed. Shanks isn't going to get back to it. It's popped to him, though. 10 on the shot clock. Austin Shanks over to Ryan Keenan. Keenan's got 5 to shoot, and Beer's got his stick in the way. Church on the rebound. That didn't get anything in front.
No, and you can see there the rebound coming in the direction of Austin Shanks, but Brett Mitski just completely boxed him out. The captain of the Vancouver Warriors, 6'4", 215, a hard body to get around, and of course, former member of this Rush organization.
King for ball. Adam J comes in with the slide. Charlotte Beatty's a bouncer. Giuliano got it with the left shoulder. Hosek scoops it up. Now Hosek wants to run 3-on-2 for the Rush. Hosek, his pass got knocked down.
I think he should have taken a shot there, Cody. He had a pretty good look, and the man needs some redemption after the miss of the open net in our first quarter.
Charlotte Beatty's again wide open, rips it off the post. He is getting to the middle of the floor like it's a 4-way snub.
Well, that's it. That's this whole Vancouver team, Cody. All night they've been able to exploit defensive breakdowns by the Rush, find the guy that's open, and we're not talking quick stick, change of speed shots. We're talking guys are stepping down into these. Frank Giuliano must feel like he's under assault in some of these moments.
Keenan and Mann's 2-man game. Shanks. 5 to work with. Keenan's gonna try drive. Dunk attempt, it goes! Through those heads! Zach Mans has tied it at 8.
Who was going to be the hero for the Rush? One, Mr. Zach Mans, and could you have it any other way, Cody? We've got an 8-8 tie between 2 of the top teams in the league. How about Ryan Keenan, the little scoop underhand pass. Zach Mans goes airborne, airmans, and he's got the hat trick goal. And it is 8-8, Cody. We're getting the automatic review, and good news too. Jake Naso preparing to get out there and take the draw. He was shaken up earlier. We got a good look at him. He didn't receive treatment. He was a little banged up after a UFC-esque armbar.
Yeah, that was a crazy play.
They're letting the boys get away. It's physical.
I won't say something that'll get us in trouble, but that's not a lacrosse play. Refs will take another look at this one here. Both teams have their face-off units ready, though, as the replays we saw at House looked like a good goal. Here you can see for yourself. Toes are outside of the crease. Stick is clean. Ball's across the line before any sort of contact with the netminder or net.
After review, the call in the field is confirmed. Good goal, tie game.
So Airmans was still airborne on that one there. Of course, we get the automatic reviews. That new technology it's getting its test tonight here in Saskatchewan. What a goal there by Zach Mans, though.
Mans now up to 5 points. Ties a team high for tonight. And 1:42 left in regulation to decide this thing.
And overtime, if applicable.
Adler and Naso at the strike. Adler shovels it back to his goaltender, Christian Del Bianco. That's just his 3rd face-off win of the game. He won the first 2 and hasn't won anything since about 2 minutes in.
So that's a huge win this late in a tie game, Cody.
Face-offs don't matter until they do. Pass back for Claridge. She got tied up with the ref there, it looked like. Messenger's up top. Runs through the pit. Boudreau will defend ball. King with the wild whip. Ball has it again. Put that one off the shoulder of Chiliano, so the reset comes. About time for 2 more possessions here. King to the corner for Charlem Beatties. Charlem Beatties knocked down by Hossack. Dixon, one-on-one. He'll swim around Boudreau. Dixon, twister, goes off the glass. King has it, 5 to shoot. Here's Claridge, little fade away. That's off the arm of Chiliano, and he's got it back in the crease.
Great job there, Ryan Barnable knocking that one down, picking up a huge loose ball.
26 seconds left, and the Rush will call a timeout.
Doubt you're going to see Frank Chiliano pulled, though. There is about a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. We've got 23 seconds left on the shot clock, 26 seconds left in regulation time in this one.
And with the successful Jimmy Quinlan challenge, the Rush do have a timeout here that they can use. Well, I believe that was a conversation going on between the benches. You can see Ryan Keenan getting a little heated on that one.
So this gives the Rush a chance to draw something up. The question always becomes, do you go for the quick one and a reset and pull the Frank Chiliano, go 6-on-5? Or do you run it down and wait for your grade A scoring chance?
So there's a 3-second differential, 3.5 seconds, as you can see on your TV, between the shot clock and the game clock. So essentially, if you go 6-on-5, there is an opportunity where Vancouver has 3 seconds to put it into an empty net. Likely they go 5-on-5. You get a chance to run one play, and if not, you settle for overtime. But with this Vancouver defense, they have the opportunity to double team, cause a little bit of havoc in the way they work the ball up the floor in transition. You just never know what's going to happen. That's why the National Lacrosse League is the best sport in the world.
Oh, certainly, Janner. It's just so many outcomes, especially in a game like this where both teams are so good, right? You know that Vancouver defense, they've been doing it to the Rush all night. They've been creating turnovers. They've been scooping up loose balls. They've been physical. They've been causing mistakes. You know that is going to be their game plan, especially when they see 5-on-5. As you said, somebody's getting double teamed, create a loose ball, take it down the floor, and let Del Bianco sprint to the bench. Now, if you're the Rush, if you're Frank Chiliano, you're basically sitting on your starting blocks like it's the 100-meter sprint. If you see the Rush shoot and pick up the loose ball, you got to think he's stepping on his horse and getting back to the bench. It's interesting to see what the Rush are going to pull out here.
Looks like Chiliano is going to make the walk back to his own net. There you get a look at Ryan Keenan. 4 assists, no goals yet in this contest. The Vancouver defense drawing something up. 4 of the 5 in that photo are former members of the Saskatchewan Rush. Looking to play spoiler in Saskatchewan.
Well, of course, you send out 4 veteran defenders for a moment like this. 4 guys that have played with different chunks of this Rush team. And then also out there joining those 4 vets is Owen Grant, who has, to me, and this is saying something because Vancouver's defense has been so good tonight, might be the best defender of the night for the Vancouver Warriors.
Grant, a 25-year-old Delaware product. Same program Matt Accioni came from. 2 defenders have themselves heck of a game. Brock Haley has it up top. The sophomore gets to run the offense. 15 seconds left. 3-second differential, shot clock, game clock. Robert Church, pick comes from Shanks. Church to the middle, Keenan's inside, and he's stopped by Del Bianco.
They got the look they wanted, and Del Bianco comes up huge for Vancouver. We're going to get a second look here. Vancouver has called their timeout. Only 1.2 seconds left here. Church finds an open man inside, which has been near impossible to do tonight. Keenan on Dilks, and Ryan Dilks gets his stick on that, Cody. Ryan Dilks comes around, gets the stick on Keenan's shot, forces it out early, and the bouncer goes way up in the air. And Vancouver's going to take over. They've adjusted the game clock to 3 seconds.
See if there's enough time. On the current captain.
Oh, huge play there by Ryan Dilks. One of the nicest guys off the floor, too. I will say, I got to know Ryan Dilks a little bit during his first go-around here in Saskatchewan. Super nice guy, class act all the way, and one heck of a defender. So now Vancouver's turn to draw something up with only 3 seconds left.
Vancouver's saying they're getting their timeout now after the reset. There is 3 seconds left. Maybe there's an opportunity, but this feels like an extended breather for a group that's likely preparing for overtime.
I gotta say, I don't hate it. You know, you've got veteran coaching staffs. They're gonna do everything they can to give their team the advantage. Like you said, it might be tough, especially because Vancouver's got to start way down in their own end of the floor. So Dixon's going to take it. He's got to get up to a bunch of waiting bodies in a hurry. So you got to think Dixon's basically just going to throw this one towards the goal, hope for a good bounce and a rebound. Oh, he's gonna
well, it's a free shot for Dixon, and Mike Messenger soaks it without goalie gear on. Off to overtime in Saskatchewan.
Cannot wait, Cody. Our first overtime game of the year. And I gotta say, we had to know it was coming. Next goal's gonna win sudden death between 2 of the best in the league.
Vancouver has played 1 overtime game so far. That was against the Calgary Roughnecks in the Loud House. They won at 11-10. Curtis Dixon had the overtime winner. The Rush have yet to play an overtime game this season. Last year, they played 3 of them, and it was in their first 4 games of the season. Austin Shanks had the overtime winner against Albany, and Zach Mans had the overtime winner against Halifax.
And Zach Mans has been outstanding this game with a hat trick. We knew the stars were going to come out, but the defensive stars have been winning this battle with the exception of Zach Mans. The hat trick tonight, and I love it when Mans scores. He gets so fired up. He knows the magnitude of every goal against this Vancouver team. That going airborne there, the game-tying goal with just minutes left in the 4th quarter. The prettiest of the bunch here for Zach Mans. Cody, who do you got for each team? I'm going to take Curtis Dixon and Zach Mans. I'm taking the easy ones.
Oh, I can't pick. Can we get Heather Morrison down there? She might have a better guess than me. I don't have one here, as there's so much talent down on that floor.
Yeah, you could really draw names out of a hat, but either way, next goal wins. Now I'm going to be interested to see here on this faceoff. Naso was shaken up, and right after he was shaken up, went back to the bench. That's when Max Adler won his 3rd draw of the night, and first one since the opening 2. So we'll see if that arm's going to affect Jake Naso here, because again, faceoffs right now, they matter in a moment like this.
Naso and Adler at the stripe in overtime. Naso 17 for 20, meaning Adler has 3 face-off wins. Free lacrosse on Valentine's Day. Adler won the face-off and throws the pass away, though. Bowering knocked to the ground by Messenger. He's wallpapered in the corner, and Saskatchewan gets a possession as Naso scoops up the Lucy.
Naso out there on defense, and Mike Messenger showing why he's one of the best in the league right there, Cody.
Brock Haley up top. Robert Church for Zach Mans. Mans to Keenan. 5 on the shot clock. Keenan, Church, 5-hole goes! Church calls game! It's a Valentine's Day victory in Toontown!
Robert Church gets one of his very few open looks and calls game. Church from distance steps down into one. How about the play by the captain though? Ryan Keenan making that entire play happen. Let's take a second look here, Cody, and take a look at the work of the captain. Keenan, he goes one-on-one, one-on-two, finds Church open, and he just buries, steps down, one of the best snipers in the league, his second of the contest. Little bit of a screen, gets through Christian Del Bianco, and for Rush fans, that is better than a box of chocolates.
Well, Coquitlam on Coquitlam violence in overtime as Robert Church gets the better of Christian Del Bianco. Good goal confirmed, 9-1 confirmed. The Rush remain perfect at home, 5-0.
I don't want to curse either team, but I would be shocked if you didn't see at least one of these teams in the NLL
the rematch in
final.
May, you can just put it on your calendars now.
Oh, I cannot wait. What a battle, Cody. This game is advertised. Time now for our 3 stars of the game, brought to you by TFL. And I'm sure that we had our 3 stars picked, and then all of a sudden, bang, bang, the Rush score 2 to close this contest. So we'll get to our 3 stars here in just a moment. First star, the one and only Robert Church. 2 goals, including the overtime winner for a 4-point night. Second star, Adam Charlambides. What a game he had. We're talking Curtis Dixon. We're talking Jesse King. Charlambides comes on out. And how about Levi Anderson? The best game of his career. Guy with all the potential in the world to be a star, and he showed it tonight. The Calgary product, the RMLL product, 3rd star of the game. 2 goals, 3 assists. Almost 50% of his point total for the season tonight. What a game.
There was some unexpected stars, but when you think about who you look to in overtime when you need a goal, 17 in green is exactly that guy. Let's go down to the floor here. Heather Morrison standing by with the overtime hero, Robert Church.
Were you trying to shoot there, or were you just trying to reset the shot clock? I gotta ask.
Honestly, yeah, I was just trying to get a shot off. I saw it at 2-1, and I just shot it as quick as I could, and I didn't even really get to celebrate because A, I didn't know it went in, and B, I thought the shot clock went out. So I was kind of telling the boys, calm down. I don't know if it went in, and they were like, no, we're good, we're good.
You had the lead in that game in regular time for about 3 minutes and 33 seconds. How did you pull this off?
Yeah, I mean, we're just a resilient group. I mean, it's kind of been like that the last few weeks. Our D stepped up big time in the second half. Our O had some timely goals with Manzi there behind the net. But yeah, I mean, that's a heck of a squad. That's good lacrosse. That's just 2 teams that are, juggernauts on the back and the front, just battling it out.
I saw you giving some extra hugs there to some of the guys in the lineup. You played with some of those guys before. Yeah, tell us a little bit more about what it's like to just really go at it in a battle like this.
Yeah, I mean, there's friends are off when we're playing, but it's a clean, respectable game. They play hard but respectable, so it's just good to talk after the game, and I'm sure I'll see them again.
All right, great. Enjoy the celebration.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Bobby Ballgate sends the fans home on Valentine's Day with smiles. As what a performance in SaskTel Center. Rush and Warriors, an absolute heavyweight tilt, punches thrown both sides of the floor. 9-8 the final score. Robert Church, the hero. For myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison, the entire production team that helps to put this one on. Happy Saturday, have a great Valentine's Day, and thanks for spending your weekend with us and watching the National Lacrosse League.